Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Donte-highwater and this is Writing with Dyslexia, and I just want to let you know that I have finished doing the rewrite on the prelude. It's written a whole lot better. It's worded better. Let's just put it that way. It's just worded better. I did make a video last night. I took it down because I just didn't think it was all that great. I did my first editing job. And it wasn't bad. My first editing job was not bad at all. It took me hours to do because I'm a novice and I'm very, very new to all this. So I tried to do a reading of the prelude. I'm trying to do it as perfect as I possibly can. But I found myself stumbling. If you guys don't mind some of a little bit of mistakes here and there, I had it done, finished and everything. It was probably one of my better readings that I've done thus far, but I just felt like I could do better, you know. So what I want to do, and I'm trying to make this as short and sweet as I could possibly can make it, because I've been making a lot of big videos of a lot of rambling on. I try not to, okay? So I'm trying to stay focused and that is hard for me sometimes. What I want to do is I want to compare to what I have now. This will be uploaded to Wattpad, so you can read it at your own time and at your own leisure. The banner on my YouTube channel will take you directly to the Conduit story. I do have a new intro that I paid $10 for, and it's really cool. It has my book cover, and you know, it's like on fire or something. It's really cool. It's a cool intro. I think it's a little bit shorter than what my other one is. So it had Dante, and you know, and all that. It's all green, which I love too. I'm thinking about showing the new one today, and then maybe using it when I do my reads, and using that one for my reads, and my other one just kind of shooting the breeze, chewing the fat, videos. So you kind of know what you're getting into by each intro, which I thought was kind of interesting, kind of neat and everything. So I did do a Leonardo da Vinci about being dyslexic, but Viacom put something against it, and it was partially blocked. It wasn't fully blocked. It was partially blocked. I didn't think that would be a big deal. Apparently it was. Well, it wasn't I just took it down. I said heck with it. I'm not going to fight something. If it's like if the baby wants its bottle, let the baby have its bottle. That's kind of how I look at it. So I just took it down. I might go back to the video. It was really interesting. I really liked it and everything, but they did take it down. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to read the Google Docs. Okay, I have it in Google Docs. I have it on two, things here. One is on Microsoft Edge, and the other one is on Google. Okay, Chrome. And my phone went off. Google Chrome. So anyway, I'm going to be reading. The first one is going to be from Google Docs, okay? And the other one is going to be on the Wattpad, what I have now, okay? And I'm going to read a small paragraph, and then have you guys compare it and see the changes. And I think you'll like it. I think it's really going to kind of. I will do a read on it. I'm just trying to bring out the best I could possibly can. I'm trying to make my voice sound more alluring, the much I could do with my voice. I'm doing the best I can, so bear with me. I am learning, and I thank you for your patience. So let's get into it. I am opening up. Uh, Here it is. This is Google Docs. This is all of the rewrites, okay, that I did. However, I want to before I read this, I want to let you know I did not have to change much at all. I think it was only a little over 2 pages, if that. It wasn't much. And then I realized everything just fell into place. So it's just really basically the beginning. I just had to tweak a little bit. And even then, it wasn't even that much of a tweak. Okay, so here's Google Docs. And this is the new stuff. I'll read, of course, I'm going to read the old, the quote and all that so you can get the full effect. This is the Conduit. This is Prelude. Google Docs. Quote, I didn't know I was a conduit until I turned 16. Even then, I just ignored it. Charles T. Appleton. My story starts out like how most love stories start. A boy falls in love while a girl breaks a young boy's heart. It all began when I lost my virginity to a woman that was 5 years my senior. We met in college during my informal years. Lauren donated much of her time easing students into college life. The hands of fate placed us together by having her assigned to me. As we walked the campus grounds, I noticed the grass yielding a lighter shade of brown, reminding us that fall is close at hand. The sky shone a deeper shade of blue, and yet I listened to Lauren as though I was in a dreamlike state, held captive by the curve of her lips, the bend of every word she uttered. Never in my years had I felt something so profound, holding my senses hostage, lost in the stillness of her dark brown eyes, like a child lost in an endless sea of confusion, stripped naked and vulnerable. To this day, I haven't found a woman that produced the same effect on me as Lauren. I guess I never will. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to go to Google Chrome. This is my Wattpad page. This is what's up right now as I'm speaking. After I'm done, and after I put everything together, and I put this on YouTube, it will be taken down, and the new one will be put up. Okay, so this is what I have right now to compare. So if you're interested in writing, you could see the contrast and how different it is, and the reasons why I changed it that way. It may be in your own opinion that I didn't need to, and that's fine, okay? But I hope that you will see a big change, a big difference, and have a kind of a feel, a more vibe through the story because of those changes, and that's what I'm trying to get at, okay? So, the Conduit, Prelude, quote, I didn't know I was a conduit until I turned 16. Even then, I just ignored it. Charles T. Appleton. It all began when I lost my virginity to a woman that was 5 years my senior. We met in college during my informal years. Lauren donated much of her time in helping ease students to college life. The fickle hands of fate placed us together by having her assigned to me. She showed me around campus, pointing at this and talking about that as we strode the campus grounds. I remember the color of the sky that day. It was a deeper shade of blue than before. I listened to Lauren in a dizzy daze when she spoke, watching her lips curve and bend with every word she uttered. Never in my years had I felt a spell that came over me until that day. I lost myself in her dark brown eyes, seeing myself as a child, lost in a confusion that I've never felt before. She stripped me naked by the weight of her stare. Even today, I haven't found a woman that produced the same effect on me as Lauren. I guess from my estimations, I never will. I never would. And that's how I have that written on Wattpad right now. It's not bad. I just think I think the newer one is a lot better. Um, it's kind of a love and lost because it is, and that's really what it is. And I'm coming out. I guess I was trying to prevent that from happening in some weird ways. I also took out, as I write this, I want the reader to remind themselves of the brief encounters that fate brings to us all in some points of our lives. Cherish the times that's been given to you with the ones that you truly love. Never let those memories fade. Um, Never let those memories fade. It ends when you least expect it. I took that out. I'll jump over here, uh, and I'm starting from I guess I never will. Okay, which I read. This is my Google Docs right now. Okay, so this is I guess I never will. Okay, where as I write this. Okay, I took that out. Actually, it needs to be indented. I kind of noticed that it happens like that. I'm sorry. It took me a year to settle into college life, and strangely, I found myself spending a lot of my free time with Lauren. She gained interest in the classes that I was enrolled in, then switched topics about my personal life and future travels for the holidays. The question stung me a bit, as I didn't have a place to go. The questions on their own I didn't mind. It was how it was asked of me that I didn't care for. My parents are dead, I shouted, like how a doctor taps a knee. It was my first knee jerk reaction. My response took me off guard, finding myself doing damage control. But Lauren didn't utter a single word to me. I looked at Lauren with concern, trying to find ways to mend broken fences. I'm terribly sorry, I said, searching for the right word. It's just something I'd rather not talk about, I said. Lauren's stare quickly gave way to a warm, inviting smile, which eased me a bit. I felt a hand slide inside mine, with her fingers interwoven with mine. I'm deeply sorry. I'm deeply sorry if I was out of line. I never saw you with anyone else besides me. It must be lonely, she said, squeezing my hand tightly, letting me know that I'm not alone in this world any longer. Okay, so let's switch over to Wattpad. And I'm going to continue from this paragraph as I write this. I'm going to skip down to the third paragraph, third or fourth, depending on how you look. It's third. I would say it's third paragraph. A year moved on, and I found myself spending most of my time with Lauren. We talked about this and that, but mostly about college life in general. She took an increased interest in the classes that I was currently enrolled in at the time. She then asked me about my home life and asked me about my future travels for the holidays. I said the sad truth is I didn't have a place to go. I didn't have a place to lay my weary head. My parents are dead, I said with a knee-jerk reaction. It's actually kind of weird how a lot of this is very similar. I didn't realize until I looked upon her after belting out my response. I wholeheartedly begged her for her forgiveness, as I'm never the one to fly off the handle so quickly. It's just something I rather not talk about, I said, hoping to smooth rippled waters. It doesn't sound bad. I do like this one a lot better. I do like the newer one a lot better. Hey, those who are listening to me, and I thank you for listening to this channel and everything. I do hope that this helps with people who do have dyslexia and showing you can be a writer. You can do this. It's just harder. And you're going to face a lot of challenges, and everything. But please, put a comment down below and tell me which one you like. Did you like the, Conduit from Google Docs, the one I just rewrote? Or do you like the way it stands as it is right now? Of course, like I said, it is going to be taken down, but it kind of gives me an idea, because I'm not saying that your opinions don't matter, because they do, because this is going to be out on Amazon, obviously, and this is where I'm heading for. But I think this is a lot better. I think it gives you a more of a broader scope. I think it's showing you rather than telling. I think there's some telling rather than showing. Because I did do the knee-jerk reaction thing, and I just build a little bit more to it, which I kind of like. And I'm trying to think for a moment here. This is really nice. This is also new too that I wrote. This is where I'm hand tightly letting me know that I'm not alone in this world any longer. I'm jumping down to the next paragraph, which is, as I write this, a saying comes to mind: time moves fast when you're having fun. Even at an early age, I knew the saying was sarcastic, but not so with Lauren. She's the one that made college life less lonely and more enjoyable, causing summer to come once again without a sound. There's always a moment in a person's life that one replays in one's thoughts. For me, it was when Lauren surprised me with the invitation to join her at the log cabin that sits in the woods by the lake. I couldn't express how excited I felt, furthermore, moved that she wanted to share her summer with me, a mere child. Okay, so here is Wattpad, okay. And it's the next paragraph where it says, I said, hoping to smooth the rippled waters. Okay. Lauren showed me a warmth that I've never felt before. Her smile was inviting, which calmed the uneasiness of my soul. I thought that was a little too dramatic, so I kind of toned it down a little bit on how I have it written. She placed her hand inside mine. I'm deeply sorry if I was out of line. I just never saw you with anyone else besides me. It must be lonely, she said, while squeezing my hand tightly, letting me know that I'm not alone in this world any longer. When summer finally showed itself, I didn't have a place to go or friends to share it with until Lauren surprised me with it. Okay, there's a lot of redundancy. Okay, we already established that he was alone. Okay, and he didn't have any friends. He didn't have anybody, to talk to except for Lauren. And you'll learn more of the reasons because it's actually more sinister. Okay. With the new one, I build more of a relationship. Okay. With him and her. I expanded this universe between the two a little bit more wider, so you can look in and say, oh, this woman really meant a lot to him. This was just kind of like a condensed version of that, basically, and that's fine. Lauren surprised me with the invitation to join her in the log cabin that sits deep in the woods I found that to be erroneous in myself. How can a log cabin sit deeply in the woods but be next to a lake? It really doesn't make any sense. So the newer way I wrote that was invitation to join her in a log cabin that sits in the woods, and that's how I put it. How you envision it as a reader is up to you. I let that, how you decide that, by a lake. Words couldn't express how excited I felt. Furthermore, moved that she wanted to share her summer with me, a mere child. All right, maybe I will repeat this. Okay. There's always a moment in a person's life that one replays in one's thoughts. For me, it was when Lauren surprised me with the invitation to join her in a log cabin that sits in the woods by a lake. Okay, it's not deep in the woods. It's just a wood. It's just a log cabin that sits in the woods by a lake. I couldn't express how excited I felt. Furthermore, moved that she wanted to share her summer with me, a mere child. I took a lot. I stripped a lot of it. Okay, and just used the words I really needed. Okay, to paint a picture and to have a feeling. And then he goes in, and basically that's it. That is all the news stuff, because I'll show you this. Yeah, because from here, when summer finally showed itself, after that, this paragraph, I cleared out my dorm room and gave a spare key to a it all stayed the same. Everything else from this paragraph on down stayed the same. I didn't change a damn thing. I didn't have to, because it all blended in so well together. And to me, it felt like a more complete universe. It felt like a more complete world that and you kind of feel more of a sadness for Charles T. Appleton. And she says that she took advantage of him, but really you kind of feeling I don't think so. I mean, you just play games with this kid, and he's young. I mean, he was like what, 16, and she's 5 years his senior. Okay, so she's older than he is by 5 years, and she dumps him after she has sex with him. And that's pretty sad. That's that would be heart wrenching, especially if it's a really nice person, a really really nice person. And that's kind of a shitty thing to do. I can understand, because okay, I'm going to talk about my personal love life. Okay, I'm not going to say anything nasty or anything like that, but I too had a relationship. I was the senior. She was, younger. Okay, I was 18. She was 5 years younger than me, and I stayed the hell away from her because she was 5 years younger than me. And did I care about her? That's why I stayed away from her. Sad part about it is that she would have been the same age as my wife that I'm married. I'm 46, so she's 5 years younger than me. She's 41, so it does work out at the end. I mean, it wasn't Kelly; it was somebody else in Florida. But I actually wrote that in because I actually experienced that. But Lauren is she's a little bit more nastier, a little bit more meaner. She's just playing mind games, and you'll find that out more as you read the book. I've been noticing on the Wattpad that I've been getting a lot more reads. If you guys are going to Wattpad and looking because of this YouTube channel, thank you. Please, by all means, and you are more than welcome to put comments beside each paragraph, highlight it, and put your opinion. There might be some things I overlooked. There might be some things that that I, I might use. I don't know. It's kind of hard to, because I know where I'm going with it. Okay, and I kind of know how it's going to end to a degree. I have kind of taken a little bit of a break from it because I was kind of getting wasted. I was really tired. Oh my gosh, that's another thing, is that it just zaps your energy out so much. You're thinking so hard. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say thank you, everyone, and thank you for continuing. I've been noticing each time I put a video up, there's at least a few hits, and I am so grateful for that. I'm just starting out and everything. I said I would never do some of the things that I am now doing, and I'm grateful that I am doing that. So, if anyone, like I said, if anyone out there that has a YouTube channel and is a content creator and think there is help for me, I will greatly appreciate the help. I will never push help away. And show whatever you want to show me, that'll be fine with me. So anyway, without any further ado, this is it. This is as much as I'm going to talk to. So have a good one and stay safe. Bye.